Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to 2017. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel. And I just want to wish everyone a happy new year. We're starting the year with a Mercury retrograde in your sign, Capricorn. So it's still a time for revisions, revising, rethinking things, reconsidering things, all of those themes as we open January. And because it is in your sign, Capricorn, you might want to think about the qualities that that define you and that you identify with. Because if Mercury is in retrograde there, you know, it's a time to reconsider what we want to accomplish, what we want to achieve, what's practical, you know, where our goals are. That's a very Capricornian theme. So you might be revising, re-strategizing, reconsidering your goals, reconsidering your approach to your goals. That's all great stuff to be doing at the beginning of January. Oh, look what flew out. Interesting. Okay. So that's an opening theme for January for you too. Two of Cups. Let's see what else comes out. King of Swords in reverse. Empress in reverse. Five of Coins. Yeah, so I mean, one of the things that I'll say is that Mercury is in retrograde for the first week or so of January. It starts going back direct around the 8th or the 9th. But just, it's a good time to open the new year in reflection and just rethinking things, going within, just reconsidering your goals and re-strategizing to see what it is that you want to achieve this next year. It may even be worth looking back at, oh, looks like I got a siren in the background. Sorry about that. I'll let that go. So you may just want to revise, re-strategize, review, look at what worked for you this past year, and then look at what didn't work for you, and see if you just need to recalibrate, see if you just need to readjust to keep your sails set where you want to go. So that's a good theme for Capricorn. It's all Capricornian stuff in terms of achievements, accomplishments, goal setting. What mountain do you want to climb in 2017, and what's your best strategy to get there? When we're in Mercury retro, you can sort of review your map. But at the beginning of January, it looks like, you know, some of you Capricorns have the potential to meet someone on New Year's Eve, very first day of January. Last day of 2016. So two of Cups has to do with intimacy. It has to do with sharing hearts. Cups represent the heart and emotional energy. So it's two people who are exchanging hearts, sharing hearts with one another. So it's about closeness. It's leaving pettiness behind. It is reconciliation. That's another great thing to do during a Mercury retrograde, is to go back and like fix old relationships or connect with people who there's been a standing grudge with, or if there may sometimes during a Mercury retro have people show up from the past. It's also good to reach out to someone that maybe you used to be friends with, and that you want to rekindle a friendship or a romance or partnership of some sort. Mercury retro means going back, and the fact that you've got Two of Cups here shows that it could be someone from the past that you rekindle something with, or that you that you make amends with that person, that you exchange hearts and you leave all the external stuff behind, that you just look at each other's hearts and you connect. So great time to do that, either meeting someone new or having someone from the past show up. You know, with the Mercury retrograde, I will say sometimes it's not the best time to initiate new relationships. You could meet someone, but I would say, you know, don't move too fast with it. take it slow, at least until Mercury goes back direct, because sometimes communication can be challenged during Mercury retro time. But you've got some nice partnership energy regardless, with the beginning of January, Capricorn. And some of you are going to have your birthdays around here too. So it's birthday season for Capricorn. So some of you may be spending your birthday with a special someone if your birthday's in the beginning of January. Then I also see you've got the King of Swords in reverse. Now this is someone who, sometimes it can be an air sign. So that's Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And King of Swords is someone who's usually in alignment with the truth. This sword represents the truth that he holds. And these sheaves of wheat and oak leaves represent experience and knowledge. And I call this card King Solomon quite often because he is very analytic. He's very rational. He makes decisions that are fair and true, in alignment with the truth. He's wise, he's knowledgeable, and he's usually in a position of authority. So this could be a boss, it could be an elder, it could be a father figure, uncle, someone that you interact with who's older or wiser. But the fact that he's in the reverse position here says that he's not really showing up as in support of you right now, Capricorn. I mean, this could be like old tapes that play in your head from your father. I'm especially seeing that he's looking away from this relationship. So if there's a father figure or an older person who is disapproving of this relationship, that can be indicated by King of Swords in reverse, looking away from Two of Cups. It may be that this is a relationship that's not approved of by the father, or that, the old childhood communications are not, it's not in alignment with someone who a father figure would approve of, or it's right now, this person is not in support of you, Capricorn, whoever this may be. It could be just be a King of Swords archetype, or it could be one of those air signs, but they're not themselves, or they're not in alignment with you. This is very happy energy. This is very connected. This is very heart-centered. And he may be saying this is not practical, or he's looking at, it's funny because Empress in reverse, Empress is usually a card of abundance and prosperity, and whatever she touches grows. You can see here, everything blooms when she's around. It's a card of satisfaction. It's a card of sexual satisfaction. It's a card of abundance, fertility. She's usually the pregnant mother. So it's a card of creativity, of when things flourish and blossom and bloom. And when I'm seeing this here with King of Swords looking at Empress in reverse, away from this, and especially followed by Five of Coins, I think if there may be a concern by an older person that they want you to fall in love with someone who they're concerned about the financial practicality of it. Empress in reverse says, lack of abundance, lack of prosperity, challenges to that. And Five of Coins echoes that, because Five of Coins is financial loss. Or it is also over focus on the material world versus the spiritual world. When we focus on what's just here on earth, sometimes we can feel left out in the cold. It can strip us down if we just focus on money, material things, superficiality, all of that. But the Five of Coins reminds us that that's not all there is to life. There's more to it than that. But the sense I'm getting is that this King of Swords person is really focused on practical matters, like not disapproval because they think you'll lose money from being with them, or that there's going to be some sort of financial loss, that you may be out in the cold on your own. If this is a relationship that has to do with adventure, or you exchanging hearts with someone that sees eye to eye with you. But the King of Swords is saying, no, this could even be the practical side of you, like the practical inner parent saying, I don't know, it looks like things are going to dissipate. There might be financial loss. Will I be left out in the cold? There's that kind of energy that is separate from the love that's going on here. This could be like inner dialogue, or it could be a parental figure saying you might want to consider there might be loss involved, especially having to do with material or superficial external things. Doesn't necessarily mean that it will be. It's just a concern that either the practical side of you, Capricorn, this is like that inner father. You Capricorns are ruled by Saturn, and Saturn's the father. Saturn is the practical one, the taskmaster, the disciplinarian, the pragmatic one. So it could be your inner nature saying, is this weighing it from different angles in terms of wealth, in terms of financial loss, in terms of practicality? But really, you might want to just look at what's happening here with your hearts. This is beautiful energy, Capricorn. So keep yourself open to this. Give this an ear, but it's actually not serving you. You might be too preoccupied with it because this is in reverse. It's not like good counsel. It's more like worry. So consider it, but take it with a grain of salt. That's what I'm getting for the beginning of January for you, Capricorn. Then you have Four of Cups. So this is a card of, looking at things as being just like the same old, same old. Can be a card of like boredom or aloofness. Like, are things always going to be the same? And because you're so preoccupied on that, you miss out on the extra cup, the extra love that's coming to you, that wants to come to you. And by the way, it's echoed here. So at mid-January, there's something that wants to come through in terms of a new love. I say new love because aces are always new beginnings. This has to do with new passion, new creativity, new relationships, something that fills your heart. It makes your heart, my cup runneth over is what I often call this card. And it's peace, it's joy, it's all the love that you can handle. Here, that you'll see that cup is not flowing yet, because you may be too preoccupied with what is. I'm also going to say that echoes this card. When you're just looking at like, oh, I'm left out in the cold, I'm needing to be rescued. There's a little bit of poor me here in five of coins and Four of Cups. This is like preoccupation with the self. And what this card says is look up and out of yourself, grab some enthusiasm. Both Page of Wands and Five of Wands are fire cards. This is all about Mars energy. This is about competition, enthusiasm. I sometimes call this card playing versus fighting. And what I'm seeing here with Page of Wands and then Five of Wands, I'm seeing like get involved in the fight, get involved in the competition, get involved in the sport. Page of Wands says, sign me up. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm full of enthusiasm. I'm full of optimism. I'm full of, vigor and fire, and I'm ready to go. And Five of Wands is there in the fight. This is sports. This is competition. This is like if you are competing for something, like for some reason I'm thinking of actors who are competing for a role, and this guy's trying out too. Like he's saying, let me try out. So there's some way I'm going to say get in the game in the middle of January, because you're ready. You're fired up. That's what this says. This is a lot of Mars energy. That's warrior energy. So there could be a lot of competition, but I see that you're ready for it. And by the way, it could be really fulfilling. Instead of sitting by the sidelines and saying, oh, life is so boring, this is all there is. This reminds me of that song, like, is this all there is? Because this can be a little bit of a card of depression, or a card of feeling aloof, feeling disconnected from the world, feeling like, yeah, it's just the same old thing. I'm getting in my car, I'm driving to work, it's routine, it's on and on and on. But if you get in the game, if you get energized and passionate and jump in there, look at what's on the other side of that. My cup runneth over. So I'm going to say, Capricorn, if you're feeling like in the doldrums at all, or if you're feeling disconnected from life, or any sort of feelings of like, is this all there is? Get access that young, enthusiastic, passionate side of yourself, that fiery side. Or even, you know, connect with like a young fire sign, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. You know, Page of Wands can literally be a young fire sign. I'm getting this is more you and the young side of you, being optimistic, being enthusiastic, being willing, getting in the game. And that's where Ace of Cups shows up for me. This is a new passion. This is a new, it's like you're getting lit up in the middle of January in Capricorn. So, you know, look up, look out from yourself, connect with that enthusiastic, optimistic, willing side, get in the game, you know, put your iron in the fire. And then this is what comes, Ace of Cups, new passion, new joy, new fulfillment. I mean, it could even harken back to this relationship here. So then at the end of the month, at the end of January, I've got Chariot in reverse, Magician in reverse, Eight of Swords in reverse, and Fool in reverse. So there's something that you want to accomplish, but I don't get the sense that you're believing in yourself enough. So Chariot in reverse says, Chariot in the upright position is all about victory, domination. In some ways, it's kind of got some Capricornian themes. You know, it's crossing a finish line. It is having a goal and achieving it. It's being single-minded on that goal. And it is trusting your intuition to know which way to turn, to make quick decisions based on instinct. You know, Chariot balances the left brain and the right brain. Chariot balances the conscious mind and the subconscious mind because he trusts his intuition. That's what these crescent moons represent, is accessing that side of us that we just have this gut feeling. We know, like when we talk about being in the zone, that's what this card's about. Going with the flow, you know, it's not being passive in any way, but when you are making decisions at a lightning speed and it's going in the direction that you want it to go, and this is good decision making. In the reverse position is saying that, especially conjunct Magician in reverse, it's saying you're not accessing your power. You're doubting yourself. Because Magician, both of these are about concentration and focus. This one's more about goal setting and achieving, you know, crossing a finish line. This one's about creativity and creating something through the power and the focus and the will of your mind. So I'm going to encourage you with these two cards in reverse, Capricorn, don't doubt yourself. You're sapping yourself of your own power by doubting yourself. And if you're not trusting your gut with your decision making, you know, maybe call upon a mentor or call upon someone who has experience with the goal that you want to achieve, because at the end of January, there's some way in which you're doubting yourself and it's turning you into a victim. This is Eight of Swords, or it's what it's doing is it's causing a belief system to surround you that is limiting you. It's sapping you of your power. That's also Magician in reverse and Chariot in reverse. It's causing you to not believe in yourself and not achieve your goals, because Eight of Swords is about belief systems that restrict us. You'll see here that there's no one actually restricting her. She is there by herself. It's her thoughts, because these swords represent thoughts. Her thoughts that are surrounding her that are keeping her imprisoned. This is victim mentality. This is powerlessness. This is feeling like a prisoner. But she really actually has the power to cut these binds on any of these swords at any moment, take her blindfold off and walk away. It's her belief in her powerlessness that keeps her stuck there. She thinks that she has no options, but she really does. She could walk right out of this. The swords aren't surrounding her fully. It's just, these are the thoughts that are limiting her. So don't give your power away. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your decision-making skills, because that will sap you of all your creativity, all your focus. Doubt is your worst enemy at the end of January, Capricorn. Don't buy into it. It's also making you like question your ability to embrace adventure and faith and trust. This is a card, this is Joker, which is all about having fun, trusting the universe, being open, you know, believing in the grand potential of everything. This is like someone who, I think of this card as like the vagabond, the guy who leaves the country and goes to the city to try to make his fate. You know, he goes, he's got this wild plan, or off to a new land to like go check out and see what's possible. I'm going to go make a new life for myself in the city, or I'm going to go make a new life for myself in another land. He's willing to adventure, and he's willing to meet the opportunities that cross his path in the road, because he sees that everything is possible. So when this card is in reverse, it's saying there's a lack of faith, there's a lack of optimism, trust, all of that. All four of these to me say, don't doubt yourself at the end of January, Capricorn. Don't second guess yourself. Don't give into giving your power away, you know, doubting your decision making, feeling powerless, and giving up hope or giving up faith. Don't do it. I mean, you can, but if you turn these around, look at all this great stuff. If you, reverse cards are often energies that are blocked. So they're blocked by fear or doubt or something, some sort of resistance. And if you turn all these around, in other words, if you strip away and remove that fear, that doubt, that resistance, whatever's holding these under the surface, look at all this great stuff you have. You have decision making, connecting with your personal power. This one is still, you know, even in the upright position, this one still says, you know, I'm surrendering to something. I'm giving my power away. I am believing in things that are limiting to me. But Fool opens all that up and says all things are possible. I'm having faith. So, you know, despite any limiting beliefs, you have Magician and Fool on both sides, which is, this is openness, this is action, creative action, power, laser-like focus that creates results, and this is crossing the finish line. So which version do you want to have, Capricorn? Do you want to have them in upright position, or do you want to have them in reverse? Because they're showing up for you in reverse, which says that there's some sort of doubt, fear, resistance. My question to you at the end of January is there a way that you can release doubt, fear, resistance, and connect with your own creativity, your own concentration, power, decision-making, trust in your decision-making, going with your gut instincts, and connecting with the openness, your possibilities, having faith, going forward, and stepping out of limiting yourself with your own beliefs. So that's my reading for you for January, Capricorn. I hope you enjoy it. Mid-month, get in the game and enjoy this Two of Cups relationship energy at the beginning of January. You know, it might just even be like dreaming of who you might want to be with, partnership energy. Even if it's not in accordance with what the elder says, or with what the parental figure had in mind for you, or the more practical side of yourself, you can consider those things, but don't let that be the basis of your decision. Let your heart guide you with that one. And then mid-month, get in the game. Fire things up, Capricorn. It's gonna open up this whole new love. It's gonna set your heart on fire. It's going to like make your cup runneth over. And then at the end of the month, don't doubt yourself. Don't see if you can peel away whatever doubt, fear, resistance you have, because you got great things waiting for you if you can access those. That's my reading for you, Capricorn. Have a great January and have a great start to 2017, and I will see you in February. Thanks so much for watching. Yours in the stars.